What's going on, everybody? This is Island Hopper TV coming to you from
Phuket, Thailand. We're going to show you around the best places to stay while visiting here. As always, there will be timestamps below so you can bounce around from location to location. First up, we're headed to the most popular place on all of the island. This is Patong Beach. This is where you're going to get those party vibes. I say it's popular because they also got the most trendy hotels and restaurants, bars, shops. They also have Bangla Road, which is where all of the partying goes down. The beach here is very nice as well. You can have jet ski rentals, you're going to have parasailing, banana boat rides, and they also have some great shopping here. In terms of hotel prices, they're really going to vary down here. I've seen them for as cheap as $50 a night, and if you actually want to get a hostel, you'll get it for even cheaper than that. They are going to have some hostels around Patong Beach. But most of the cheap accommodations are up towards the mountain. Unless it's a luxury resort up on the mountain, the prices are going to be a little bit more affordable. The closer you get to the beach, it's going to be more expensive. I've stayed at a few hotels and I found this Hilton Doubletree to be one of my favorites. They also have a poolside bar, and the location to Bangla Road is close enough without being too close. Also, the beach here is very close.
All right, we're at the Marina Phuket Hotel right here. You can see they've got an infinity pool. It's around $70 a night. And you can see in the background here is Patong Beach.
Now, a hotel like this, I like the price, I like the rooftop bar, but I don't like the location because you can't easily walk down to the beach. It's about a 15 to 20 minute walk, but the problem is you're going to be crossing some busy roads, and I don't ever like doing that here in Phuket because drivers are impaired sometimes. Foreigners especially can be impaired. And here is a good look at Bangla Road. You can see it is extremely crowded. It's also very loud. I found it to be so loud that sometimes I didn't even enjoy it. Now we're going to change the pace a bit and go to the other side of the island. This is actually Phuket Town, the oldest village city area. This was the original port, actually, okay? So you're going to have history here.
And now we're at Phuket Town. So if you're looking for another area to stay that's closer to Phi Phi Islands, this is where you'll want to be. And it's also the biggest city on Phuket.
You're going to have old colonial buildings. Chinese had also established themselves here. But Phuket Town, more mild, although at night they do have some pubs and restaurants and bars that open up. And, you can still have a good time over here. One of the reasons people like to stay here is because it's on the way to Phi Phi Island or any of the islands in the Andaman Sea here. So people like to stay close there because it's next to the ferry ports. I found the best part of this town is searching for collectibles. I bought some coins here, but because it's an old town, they're gonna have collectibles and antique shops pretty much every other block here. And also they have some nice food restaurants if you wanted to do that. Don't expect too much partying here though, and don't expect too much because the best beaches on the island are not going to be here unless you're considering going on a ferry about an hour to 2 hours to Phi Phi Islands. This is not where you're going to get those beautiful beaches. But the islands, again, that's where you want to find that. As far as the hotel prices go, you are going to find a little bit cheaper on this side of the island than you would in, say, Patong, Kata, or Karon. So that's a benefit of being over here as well. As far as getting back over to where the good beaches are, it's going to take you around an hour to get across the island because they have road closures plus busy traffic. As we continue to show you around Phuket, I want to let you know that we did make several videos in this series. There is things to do in Phuket as well as a full travel guide where we did some island hopping. So do check the description below for that and the comment. Now we're headed back to the other side of the island. This time we're going south of Patong Beach to Kata Beach.
All right, we're down here in the city center of Kata. It's really bustling in the afternoon,
but not quite as hectic as Patong. Now this is going to be more of a relaxing destination for you to stay. They also have some better resorts in this area in my opinion. I prefer to learn surfing here as well opposed to Patong Beach. So if you can, get a beach bungalow somewhere around on the water. And we stayed here at Sawadi Village. This had 2 different bungalows side by side, and they were about $40 per night plus tax. A place like this is inland a bit, and it does have several pools. It's not as close to the ocean, but let's talk about that ocean. The golden sand here is perfect for swimming, sunbathing, relaxing. I like to just get in that clear, calm water and chill out. This is a place for people who are looking to come to Phuket and really have a beach point experience. It's also close to the big Buddha, Wat Chalong Temple, and the Karon viewpoint. Overall, Kata Beach is going to be a beautiful, vibrant destination for you. Hotels here seem to range anywhere between $35 a night all the way up to $500 a night, depending on what exactly you're looking for, if it's all inclusive or if it's just a regular bungalow. And you can see Phuket has a lot of hills, which has those different resorts up high or down low. But really, when you come to Kata Beach, the big attraction is down here on the water.
If you're looking for a nice place to stay in Kata Beach, you can see the south side of the beach has more action because of the surfing activity that's going on this side that the north doesn't have. But if you go over here real quick, you can see that's the Beyond Resort. That's a great location and reasonably priced resort if you're looking for that. The Beyond Resort in Kata.
It's not the only one down here, but like I said, this is an example of something for you to consider, the Beyond Resort, because I like the location. It's right there on the water, perfect. Also right next to the city center if you wanted to go out and have some fun at night. Now, staying at a place like this is going to cost you anywhere between $100 to $125 per night typically, but prices vary depending on peak season. Peak season in Phuket is typically outside of the rainy season. And now what we're going to do is go one beach up to the north here, and it's called Karon Beach.
And another place to stay is going to be Karon Beach area.
And if I'm to be completely honest with you about my favorite beaches to swim at in all of Phuket, this was the one that I liked the most. It wasn't as crowded. I also found the waves in the south side of the beach to be the most friendly. Although it doesn't really matter where you're at here swimming. The ocean is very flat and sandy, not a lot of rocks. Like I said, the waves very friendly for swimming. So that's really a positive for those of you who are considering that. If you are looking for excitement or party, this is not where you're gonna find it. So don't come to Karon Beach thinking that there's a party here. They do have a small downtown area where they have restaurants, but you're not gonna get the convenience that you get in Patong or even Kata because it is so small. A little bit of shopping. Most of the restaurants you're gonna have are gonna be at the resort. For me, I like the southern part of this beach where there's a cove. They also have a couple bars. Really a nice ambiance to sit down and chill. Now here we are at the southernmost point of the island. This is Rawai Beach. Here is popular with seafood. When you're walking along the main drag, you'll see many different restaurants with lobster, shrimp, crab. That's what you get here in Rawai. Also more of a laid back chill. This is more of the locals vibe that tourists come for. So you're gonna be a tourist, but experience Phuket like a local. Don't expect the swimming to be great here. One of the benefits of being down here is they have island hopping where you can go to the southernmost islands. This is a look at some of the seafood they have in these tanks. You basically get the fresh seafood. The reason you want to get the fresh seafood that's already alive in the aquariums is so you know it's fresh. That's the main purpose they have those aquariums for you. And then once you pick the lobster, they grill it right there in front of you like a barbecue. Very organic, real, right out of the ocean kind of style. Hotels down on this side of the island can be really affordable as well. I've seen them for as cheap as $26 at the Phuket Sea Resort. Also Navatara Phuket Resort. Really a nice 3-star hotel for $35. You can get Rawai Palm Beach Resort, a 4-star hotel for $31. But of course these prices do vary. Then they have some really nice ones, especially as you go up on the hill. I've even seen them for as cheap as $14 a night down here, so that's one of the benefits of Rawai. They also have a really colorful pier where you can go down there and talk to some of the local fishermen and maybe get out there on the water and do some fishing yourself. So for those of you who are looking for that. How about Promthep Cape? Now this is really popular with people who are looking for more of that luxury experience on the southern part of the island. This is the southernmost part of Phuket Island. So you're going to get stunning views of the Andaman Sea, breathtaking sunsets. It does have a rocky headland and a little island just off the coast here. They did build a lighthouse on the Cape in 1996, commemorating the 50th anniversary of the king's ascension to the throne. There is an interesting mythology about this place. Local legend has it there's a mythical sea monster known as Naga and is believed to be here at this sacred site. This little beach here is known as Yanui Beach, one of my favorite places to actually snorkel here, just below the windmill viewpoint. Hotels here range anywhere between $30 a night all the way up to $300 to $400, again, just depending on the season. But like I said, they're going to have some real nice resorts down here like Nai Harm, Phuket. For those of you who are looking to come to Phuket to party, I would not recommend being base camped here because you're not going to find that. This is more of the peaceful luxury experience along the water. People do come down here from Patong or Karon or even Kata on a moped or a motorbike. That typically takes around 50 minutes. I rode it down here from Patong Beach when I stayed there and I did some snorkeling. I also did a full island tour, although I didn't do the whole island all the way to the north. I just did the southern part and did that little loop. Now what I want to do is show you what it's like to go across the water on the Andaman Sea to another location that's really nearby here. You can get there in about 2 hours. It's something you can do while in Phuket pretty easily with a speedboat or a ferry, is go to Krabi. Now you're going to arrive at one of two places. You're going to arrive either at Rawai Beach or you're going to arrive at the Krabi Town. I don't really recommend staying in Krabi Town, not too much going on over there, but it is a good port destination to arrive in. The ride to Ao Nang took me about 40 minutes in a taxi. It cost me about $15 to $20 depending on the driver and negotiations. But Ao Nang is really where you want to be for a couple reasons. This is where the nice resorts are. You can also do some of the island hopping out here. A lot of people don't really come over here to Krabi from Phuket because it's a different province. They think it's inconvenient, but this is something to consider. You can arrive in Phuket and stay there for say 7 to 10 days and then cross the Andaman Sea and go to Krabi. And doing so, maybe you can exit and fly out of the Krabi airport because they do have an international airport there. If you wanted a really nice experience in Krabi that's laid back, you can consider staying at Tonsai Beach in Krabi, or you can also go to Rawai Beach, some of these other beaches around here. The only way to get there though is longtail boat. They don't have a road to those beaches, so you're really kind of out there. A lot of people go out there to climb the stalagmites and the limestone cliffs that they have over here. So Ao Nang for the most part is where the party is. And if you just wanted to go to Rawai and stay in Ao Nang, you can easily get one of these longtail boats for around $7 round trip. Hotels here range anywhere between $30 all the way up to $400 to $500, maybe even more depending on where you're staying. Also, we made a full travel guide about Krabi as well as Phuket. And then our next one that we're going to show you, Phi Phi Islands. So you can check in the description below if you wanted to watch each one of these locations more in detail. But it's all easily accessible here from Phuket. Some notable destinations here are going to be the Emerald Pool, which is famous for natural swimming. They have a lush jungle. They have the Tiger Cave Temple, which is a Buddhist temple on top of the hill. And really amazing rock formations that make this place stand out. I would say 3 to 5 days in Krabi is perfect. So what I want to do now is kind of talk about how you can get the full experience out of Phuket by following this plan. So we're going to start out here in Phi Phi Islands. Okay, so this is what you're going to do when you arrive in Phuket. You're going to do Phuket for about 7 to 10 days. Then you're going to get in a ferry and you're going to cross the Andaman Sea for about an hour and 15 minutes on a ferry. You can do a jet boat or a high-speed boat, but I just recommend the ferry. It's more comfortable. You're going to arrive here in the Phi Phi Islands, do about 2 to 3 days, and check out Maya Bay and some of the surrounding islands there. And then you're going to get in another ferry boat and take another ride for about an hour to an hour and a half, and you're going to arrive in Krabi. And then you're going to spend 3 to 5 days there. So what you're looking at is just over 2 weeks travel plans for Phuket, because there's more than just hanging out in Phuket. And like I said, you can exit out of Krabi. But while here in the Phi Phi Islands, you can actually get one of those beach bungalows, probably the most secluded beaches I found in the whole area. Really nice, actually, for around $50 to $60 a night. Just no AC, and there are some lizards and bugs while you're there. But the main port is also called Tonsai Beach. There are two Tonsais, right? There's Tonsai Beach on the Phi Phi Islands, and then Tonsai Beach near Krabi. So keep that in mind. And the beach town here is a lot more built up than you might expect. It's easy to get one of these long-tail boats. You can hire a private boat. It's going to cost you around 1,000 to 1,500 baht, or around about 30 to 40, maybe $50, depending on how much you negotiate with the driver and how long you want to be out there. We just did about 4 hours. He took us from Tonsai over here towards Maya Bay, but there's a lot of stops in between. You'd be surprised. We did some snorkeling. And the cool thing about a private boat, instead of doing one of these tours, is you get to customize what it is you want to do, and you don't feel trapped like, oh, I got to go do this that I don't really want to do. I'd rather go do that. So that's why you would get one of these private drivers. And there's so many different long-tail boat captains out there. Just be respectful, negotiate, and once you guys come to a price, obviously take good care of them and give them a tip at the end. This is a look at where we stayed. This is called Phi Phi Relax Beach Resort. It's on the other side of the island. You can go on Google Maps and find it. Right now, I just looked up the price. It's actually $51 a night. You get one of these bungalows. It just depends on what app you're trying to book it on. You can even book it there directly, but I would definitely recommend at least the first couple nights booking ahead of time on an app. Now, I wanted to let you guys know we did make a video about the top 10 places to stay while going to Thailand. That included Koh Samui, also Krabi, Phuket, Chiang Rai, Chiang Mai, Bangkok, Pattaya, and some other places. You can watch that in the description below if you guys wanted some more ideas like I was giving you in this video of how to do these places as far as getting the full maximum Thailand experience. There's so many different islands, including Koh Tao. Like if you went up from here, you would end up in Surat Thani. I just wanted to show you guys this right here, give you guys an idea. Thanks to all the new subscribers and channel members who are checking us out. We've also got a masterclass on travel for those of you who are getting ready to get started. See you guys on the next one. Click one of these videos right here.